Hey everyone. So if you're a man, a real man, one that actually walks softly and carries a big stick, because that's what I say. Well, that's what I suggest. That's what I allude to when I talk about a real man. Is someone that doesn't seek to impose their will, their mandates, their edicts violently to oppress or impose their shit on everyone else. A good man is someone that's strong physically, has a decent sense of morality, and at least a level-headedness about them that says that even if I have some area, some capacity in my physical prowess or my mental capacity or capabilities, I'm not going to use that for bad or evil purposes. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to lead by example and use that as a force for good in the world. Trudeau, we're talking about fucking, like, this is a bottle-fed fucking bureaucratic baby that grew up in an environment where everything was afforded and given to him on a silver platter and a silver fucking spoon. Like I say, this is one of those people that, outside of the fact that his daddy, was the prime minister of the country, so had lots of so-called authority. Outside of that purview, though, you look at Trudeau. I mean, like I say, second rate, some doofus that he might have some physical prowess, that maybe some ladies might like. But once again, at best, you might end up on some effeminate runway model, like what we're seeing out there today. Like, hey, he would actually be one of those people that, hey, dress up in those, those gender neutral or cross dressing type of runway shows, right? That could be something. Or he might be one of those people that you could use for, like I say, those who espouse feminine ideologies, but with a male twist. Like I say, his personality, his looks, everything about him functions in that particular environment where, yeah, it's very much conducive for what he stands for. But he doesn't represent, let's just be honest here, folks. I'm just being honest here, okay? He does not represent the bulk or the majority of men. Matter of fact, we're seeing time and time again, he is more than willing to throw men under the fucking bus so that he can align with a lot of, like, the beta cocks, right? Think about the kind of people that would follow along with kind of the bullshit, feminism that, or ideology or rhetoric that he espoused. What kind of man would show solidarity with a guy that constantly espouses effeminate positions or feminism, the ideology of feminism, or that men are terrible? I mean, you're talking, like I say, he's appealing to those beta cocks or the losers or the inept or those who, sit around and circle jerk in the hopes and anticipating that maybe someday that they'll mean anything. And this is his one chance. This is his only chance. Like I say, he's living out his own life and putting that and presenting it to us all. And we're seeing, it's very disturbing. It's very disturbing, folks. Like I say, these are the last people that you would ever want to be leaders. Come on, a fucking leader? Holy shit. Trudeau is everything except a leader. Well, like I say, unless the only people that you want following you are, the worst among us in society. But he's even been showing that because he does have all these, apparently Canada, apparently, hey, I'm just going by the anecdotal or a real world experience that where you're showing me on a constant basis, Canada, you're showing me every day that apparently there's a lot of wimps, a lot of betas, a lot of very effeminate men out there. Or women that seem to like effeminate men who aren't strong or have any resolve or staunchly in support or defending the rights of the individual. Those are the people, like I say, those are the people that are the strong ones among us, right? The ones that are standing up for individual rights and freedoms. Like I say, he's more than willing to throw men under the bus for his political ideology, for his political stance.
As a government body, looking at how every different decision can have an impact on women in a positive or a negative way. Even big infrastructure projects. You might not say, oh, what does a gender lens have to do with building this new highway or this new pipeline or something? Well, there are gender impacts. When you bring construction workers into a rural area, there are social impacts because they're mostly male construction workers. How are you adjusting and adapting to those? That's what the gender lens in GBA Plus budgeting is all about. These are all things that we've been doing not to be nice or to be better or to be moral, but to be smart about getting the very best out of all of our citizens and making the very best out of our economy, because women entrepreneurs tend to make better choices than others.
So basically, what he's suggesting is, you got to be careful, in these construction workers, these blue collar folks, actually these people that build everything around you, because that's the thing. Whether you're talking about your house, that roof overhead, or those light bulbs, or the metal base that holds them in there, or the wiring, or the drywall, or the wood structures, the framing, or the plumbing, or the electrical, or the concrete, like the foundation, the floor, and footings, all those people that literally built the entire world that you actually need to thrive and survive in this Western world. No, Trudeau, Mr. Part-time drama teacher or a fucking bouncer, or a bouncer. That's another thing. What the fuck? Who the fuck would be scared of someone like Trudeau? Holy shit. Anyway, sure. What has that ever provided to society? You could actually get rid of everything he's ever done through the entire course of his life, and we'd all be no worse off as a consequence of the result. But try to allude to that for those that actually build everything that you fucking rely on to live in this modern day, in this modern world that we live in, that we function in. But once again, he said, hey, I'm more than willing to throw the construction people on the bus because, maybe they're scary. Maybe blue-collar people, maybe the working class, maybe they're just a bunch of, vile rapists? You put them in these rural areas, there might be women around, and these big, bad male construction workers, they'll just be violently opposing or imposing their will on the poor, unsuspecting females in that place. So we have to have a gender-based analysis on this so that we can, maybe we shouldn't have, all, what are you suggesting, Trudeau? You should have all women out there? Hey, listen, hey guys, you know what? Instead of fighting Trudeau on this bullshit, I tell you what, all you fucking guys out there that do all the real work out there, you know who the fuck you are. You know that you do everything, right? There are no feminists, none of these beta cucks are out there doing the real work, right? To create the actual world we fucking live in. The real tangible world that we live in, right? The one that actually matters. Not the shit built up in somebody's mind, but the world that really fucking is out there that actually affords us the opportunities to live quite peacefully and outside of the realm of living in the state of nature where all those big bad animals we take here. Well, of course, Trudeau would be bears are bad, man. Especially the male bears, right? Fucking piece of shit. But anyways, like I say, do the Atlas Shrugged thing, folks. Hey, you want to send a message to fucking dipshits like Trudeau and all those that fucking follow along with his bullshit narrative and his beta cuckism? Stop doing all that hard work. Stop fucking providing them with all the things that are afforded to them because you do all the hard work. What Trudeau's saying, he doesn't respect any one of you. Matter of fact, he's out there trying to politicize and make it so that if you're a male construction worker, you're a terrible individual, right? Stop. First of all, if you're a construction worker, aren't they fixing up that piece of shit place that the politicians, the central planners in fucking Ottawa, I don't even know, whatever the fuck, Sussex Street, I don't give a fuck about where these dipshits live, but that place where the prime ministers have lived and resided, aren't they fucking renovating that place for Trudeau? If you're a construction worker, he's throwing you the fuck under the bus, calling you a piece of shit, and yet you're doing a bunch of construction work for him. Well, just don't do it. Don't fucking work for the man that's calling you a piece of shit, right? And if you are, not only are you selling your soul out to the devil, but you're selling everyone else in your particular occupation out too. Because once again, we all have to hold power to account. And if there's a substantial or any portion of this population that's willing to do so, well, what the hell else are the rest of us going to do? We might be willing to do so, but if someone else steps up the plate and you coddle or do what these central planning hacks require of you, then once again, you're selling out the rest of us so that you can cozy up and coddle to your political masters. I think you're a piece of shit. And I think you're one of those people, when the shit ever does hit the fan, and it will. It's not a matter of if, it's when shit hits the fan. And I hope it's at a time where I'm still around and vibrant enough that I can become actively involved. Because like I say, when the shit hits the fan, all bets are off, dumb shits. All bets are off at that point, just like under war type scenarios. All the pretense of, let's do everything on the up and up. Under any kind of war or genuine conflict scenario, all the rules go out the window, folks. And like I say, you keep Keep throwing the fucking good, strong, resilient people. You keep throwing them under the bus. But like I say, when the day comes, if the day comes, or when the day comes, when these people finally have an opportunity to push back against all of those that have been using rhetoric or political bullshit, such as Trudeau and his mindless followers, when the people ever get the chance, or even the sniff of the chance, to oppose these people, and they have the actual ability to do so, it'll come hardcore, and then it'll be too late then. Trudeau might run with his tail tucked between his legs, and you know what? He might have enough money at his disposal that he can escape it. But all you fuckers that are following him and aligned with him, are you in that position? Or are you going to be stuck in the fucking real world at that point in time where you're going to have to deal with the rest of the people in your, inner circle or outer circle or in your community? All those people that you threw under the bus. Then you're going to have to confront them at that point. Who's going to fucking back you up then? You might want to start thinking about these things. I've done it a long time ago, which is why I would never want to place myself in a position where I'm going to benefit myself through the political means in the here and now, because I recognize I got to live not just today and not just tomorrow, but I got quite a little bit while longer I got to live in this world too. So I'll do the right thing, not just today and not just tomorrow, but for the rest of my life, because I realize that I don't know what potential threats might be imposed on me in the future, but I at least want to place myself in a situation where I can greatly reduce the amount of people who are going to want to violently oppose me or stand up against me in opposition because I tried to force or thrust my ideas, my mandates, and my edicts upon them. Or align with the political masters and screw over the rest of the people. So bad. That's a short-term fucking kind of mentality that, you're going to suffer the consequences of your inability or unwillingness to think about the long-term gain. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.